because just in this country, at least traditionally, philanthropy and giving has been a white woman or white male. And I think when both within our communities and without, that's still the dynamic that is perceived. Perception. And exactly, the perception. And so when Byron did, the different examples of how we give just on a day-to-day level as a community, that was extraordinarily enlightening. It was like, right on. We do give every day, but we don't see ourselves as philanthropists. And so to have that conversation and to recognize our own gifts and energy and activity around philanthropy and fundraising is super important. And I wish you guys could do that on, a big jumbo screen, for the entire country to see. I think it would really change the face of philanthropy and the way we support our own organization.
And, just kind of like the kind of assumptions that our communities have about money and about power and philanthropy, and not having to explain that to someone, to just be able to say it to John, and he's like going to nod his head because it's a similar experience.
I think that talking about race was really important for our case statement, because I was able for the first time to talk about why is it that Black women are having preterm births, low birth weight babies, and infant deaths at a disproportionate rate, and to really break that down. And my coach really challenged me to say, well, dig deeper, dig deeper. There's stories about us culturally that we don't talk about, but if I'm going to be, or we're going to be as an organization, culturally responsive, then we can call the elephant in the room as opposed to someone else. And I think that that was really freeing for me, because from then I was able to keep going and talking to people about what is going on in our community, and people were able to get it, and we were able to engage, but as opposed to dancing around it. So I think it just goes back to that this was a fundraising academy for communities of color. So I can talk about us as a community and how we could be part of that solution.
I found the whole process to be extremely empowering, instead of feeling that you're part of this sort of philanthropic culture that you don't have any control over, that you just send in proposals and hope someone with deep pockets gives you the money or whatever, and that we have tools, but also the mindset that we have the ability to control our own fundraising future and all the rest that goes with that. So that sort of because we're very proactive, we're very hands-on folks, we're willing to do that kind of thing, but with fundraising it always felt like, what I was saying earlier kept hitting a wall, like why am I not able to make this next step? And I believe that what we got here is giving us not just the tools, but a sensibility that will change our outlook on how we can control our future.
Needed to be a part of our cause and to really be demonstrative that there's a crisis in our community, but we're part of the solution. And I think that that's really important, because as I brought those ideas, I learned from my colleagues here that we're all interested in being a solution in our respective communities. And we had the room to really talk about that very freely. And I think that's important.
And also take a different look at our existing members or supporters and board members and engage them. Whereas I think the focus had been externally on what funder can we get, or what have we lost, or get more from them. But surprisingly, engaging in different ways with the ways we've learned here has been a surprise to us with the response we've gotten from our existing members, which we just hadn't thought of, and even overcoming some of the difficult board members, in engaging them or overcoming those challenges to maximize the resources that we do have. It's been, like you say, empowering, and it's helped us use our time better, and also, plan differently and strategically going forward to have an impact, more of an impact in the future.
I mean, it comes through. I mean, the passion, the understanding that you have for all of the challenges that we have all experienced. You've experienced them too. So you had an answer for everything. I mean, you had a quality answer. You had a quality materials, quality training. Everything was addressed to the grassroots organization from people who have lived it, and I appreciated that more than anything.